loves. It's a beautiful day. Coach V here, your love solution provider, bringing you a brand new way to level up your love life. Welcome to Love Hacks. It's June, wedding month. And while your feed is full of drone shot prenups, viral first dances, and mga cinematic bouquet tosses, a US-based dating coach, Anwar White, went viral on TikTok after claiming that he can predict if a couple will last based on 4 things he sees during the wedding. So today, we are rating each of those claims through the lens of science and not just TikTok virality. Let's go through them, and I'll ask my co-hosts here for their thoughts, and then we'll see if science agrees to it. Let's get into it. One of the red flags that he had mentioned is the cake smash, wherein a groom shoves the cake in the bride's face. White says when a groom shoves the cake in the bride's face without her clearly enjoying it, it's not playful. It's a red flag for hidden aggression or disrespect. So my love, what's your take on this? If a partner embarrasses you at your own wedding, even as a joke, is it a harmless fun or emotional foreshadowing?
I feel like Paolo would be the one to smash a cake on
No.
Hi, MJ.
Kapag cake, hi MJ, it's going to be, it's going to be sweet kasi icing sa nose muna.
Okay.
Diba? Tapos may,
He really thought about it.
I mean, like, I wouldn't smash the cake. Sayang sa pagkain. But I wouldn't
So
smash.
just put it like that.
Magalit siya dahil sa makeup.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, yeah. No,
diba?
I agree. I would get so pissed if whoever I marry smashes a cake on my face because makeup and hair took so long and you're going to mess it up.
Yeah, with one for cake.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
That's right. And they're expensive too, no? Diba? Your hair and makeup.
And the cake is
But
expensive too.
absolutely. But you've seen a lot of videos. Sometimes it's funny, yes. But you'll see some of them not really enjoying those, face cake smashing. And you know what? Based on science, this is supported, my loves. According to Dr. John Gottman, he identified contempt, mockery, public humiliation as one of the 4 horsemen of relationship failure. So, if he can, or maybe she, if he or she can disrespect you on day 1, don't expect kindness on day 100. So, 8/10, predictive power yan. Ibig sabihin, cake smashing, nako, baka maghiwalay lang kayo. Now, red flag number 2. When one partner takes over the wedding and can't share the spotlight. So if the bride or groom turns the day into a personal concert, I think about yung mga Beyonce performance, diba? Beyonce-inspired solo entrances, yung taking over the mic during speeches or making it all about them. The dating coach says that's not flair, that's a red flag. So loves, what do you think? Do you see it as a red flag if one person dominates the day while other fades into the background? What if mahiyain naman talaga ang isa sa couple?
Actually, yeah, I don't agree with it.
Yeah, because I look at your relationship. You're a lot louder.
Oh, yeah. Same with you.
No. Mine is where, because she's in social media.
She's on social media, but you're more madaldal.
No, but then she also performs and hindi siya she's not going to, sink into the background.
But yeah, no, with me, you can see we're polar opposites.
Yeah.
Like, he's really shy and I'm very, whoa, right? So I think if
She's too much, most too much.
Yeah, I'm a lot. No, just kidding. I'm not. No,
Loves, remember,
hello,
this
maintenance
is-
lang ako.
Yeah,
but I
remember,
think
this is wedding day, on
Yeah.
the actual wedding
No,
day. Do
yeah,
you see
no,
yourself
kasi-
performing?
No, but I think if a person wants to perform, because I feel like there's always a shyer one in the relationship. If one person wants to perform more than the other, I think it's okay because you've talked about it.
Yeah,
prior
because
to.
Mo is probably gonna have all the speeches in her
gonna
wedding. Okay.
perform. I'm not
Kasi ang daldal ni Mo eh. It's not about performing, it's about talking rin.
I'm not also gonna talk during my wedding. I'm eloping. We're not doing that. I don't want a big wedding.
All right. Anyway, ayun. So we'll see.
But you know what? You want to know what science says about this? Nako, it's strongly supported kasi it shows narcissistic tendencies and lack of emotional attunement. It often shows up in how someone behaves under pressure. So according to Dr. Gottman people who can't self-regulate or share the spotlight or attention struggle with true partnership. So kapag ikaw na ang nag-over-dominate, the wedding becomes your concert. That is 8/10 predictive power for a divorce.
Wow, butan lang, hindi ako narcissistic.
Ako din,
Oo nga
same. There's no narcissistic dito sa show. Bawal.
Bawal, bawal. Are you guys ready for the third red flag?
Sure.
Go.
Nakakabato kasi di ba, what if you're planning for your wedding tapos you've had these performances organized and then you watch this show, you'll be like, scratch that from the program. Now, red flag number 3, big wedding. Ibig sabihin daw, disconnected yung couple. Whoa! White says that when couples obsess over a massive wedding but don't seem emotionally close, it's a sign that their priorities are off. So, what do you think about this, love? Is it wrong to go big, or does it reveal something about maybe what they value about the wedding?
I have no complaints about big weddings because normally if you have a big wedding, that means you have a big team preparing it. And normally, right? Normally. So, I mean, like, for me, it's not as big of a deal. Kasi I've seen people with huge marriages that worked out din naman. And I've seen people with quiet ones that worked out as well. So, I think the scale of it is not that big of a problem for me, personally.
Just as long as they have the full support of the team.
Yeah.
Because if you want a big wedding, but you don't have like the funds or the support from the
If
other
you-
side,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then that's a problem. But if you guys want a big wedding and you have, like I said, all the support and funds, then
All
go
the
for
resources,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, both of you are right, and very good point. There are people who had big weddings and still stay together, and there are people who went on
Like
what's
court
it, elopement, and now they are separated. Now, this is just partially supported by science. So, a 2014 Emory University study found that couples who had smaller weddings and lower expenses had significantly lower divorce rates. Bakit kaya? Because it's all about the focus. Where is the focus? Now, because they focus on the marriage at hindi production, then that's a good sign. But if the couple is more excited about the drone shots than building a home together, that is a red flag. So what's the predictive power of this? 7/10, my loves. And finally, are you ready for this? Red flag number 4. Eto na. Let's talk about wedding vows. Yung speeches that exclude the partner. White warns that if the couple's friends or family don't even mention your partner in their speeches, or they keep things vague, that might mean that they don't know or they don't approve of the relationship. So, my love, if no one close to the bride or groom says something personal about their partner, should we read between the lines? Does it mean na, baka hindi nila gusto yung groom ko, that's why wala masyadong message?
Actually, that is a good
That's a
point.
red flag,
I've
that's a red
never
flag.
thought
Yeah.
about that. For sure, that's a red flag. Because every wedding I've been to, normally the other side, they always mention the bride or the groom saying, oh, how you love our family, and I see how you love our daughter or our son, blah, 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 and how you guys are perfect together. Normally, they say that. So if they don't mention it, you know something's up.
No, I mean, like, if that's the case, then maybe it's a shotgun wedding and you don't really
yeah,
know about
maybe.
the other person. Pero I agree with that. I think that if the partner's family or bridal party doesn't mention the other, the other partner, then the other party rather, then yeah, that is a red flag. That means the relationship probably wasn't built
Right.
beyond the bride and the groom. So I think that is undeniable red flag.
Right.
And that also shows that maybe the bride or the groom does not have a relationship towards the future in-laws. No? Kasi wala na silang makwento, wala silang masabi. They're just so focused about their relative. And
Yeah.
you know what? Science supports this. In fact, strongly support, my loves.
Yeah.
According to a 2000 study by Felm Lee and Spreacher, friends and family are often more accurate at predicting relationship outcomes than the couple themselves. Bakit? Because they're not under the influence of love hormones like oxytocin and dopamine. And they're watching the raw footage, not just the highlight reel. Kaya ang predictive power nito, my loves, through divorce is 9/10. Diba, have you met couples wherein they're super in love, but then their friends or family would tell the other one, oh my God, that person is not good for you?
Yes, actually. How about you?
I've had a few.
Right? Or
Naniniwala ba kayo that the close family and friends sometimes see the real deal and the person in love could not tell?
I do, because like my mom, she's always right. Like with like my ex-boyfriends, my mom never liked them. And then when we broke up, she's like, she wouldn't say I told you so, but she's like, I mentioned it.
She
I'm
made
not
you
a
feel it.
fan."
She made you feel it, yeah.
So I feel like mothers always know best. They always have an inkling.
Yeah,
You agree?
I think that mothers know,
Yeah, or your dad or your family or friends.
perhaps. Hi, mom. No, I mean, like, I think that there's something in that, but I also feel that it depends. Like, for example, if especially if, like, for example, you're living in another country and you don't really know, right?
That's different too.
So
yeah.
maybe I think there are case to case basis when it comes to that. But I think in general, you need to come up with that relationship nga, at least if you're thinking about marriage, right?
Yeah.
Na there has to be a longer introduction siguro, or a longer
Time to get
getting
to
to know
know.
period, especially when it comes to yung family, especially kapag Pinoy ha, because we're such a nuclear culture, right? So all
Yeah,
of
you
that.
have to date the family too, not just.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But do you agree,
significant
loves, that
other.
sometimes we don't see the real deal when we are in love?
Yeah.
And the people who are not in the relationship could actually tell if that person is a catch or not.
I do sometimes. It depends. Like you said, it's a case by case basis. But we've had friends. I'm sure you have, Paul, where
Yeah, I have
they
friends.
tell us all the stories, and then you're not a fan of their significant other, and they keep saying, "Oh, he does this, blah blah blah," or she
How
does
do you
this.
react?
And then
Do you agree?
I just listen, and
Okay.
because at the end of the day, what my opinion is doesn't matter to them, because they'll do it what they want to do, right? Because they love that person, and then it's only
Right.
after the fact if they break up, then they're like, "Oh, you were right."
Ano nga yung term? Looking through rose-tinted glasses. So,
Yun.
hindi mo kasi
Tama.
nakita yung mga red flag kasi rose-tinted yung
Until
glasses mo.
after, yeah.
Oo. So, I mean, like, yeah, there's a way. I think that there's a lot of people who don't necessarily see it and from the outside looking in. Pero, syempre, may mga friends ka who are too kind, who don't want to hurt your feelings, quote
Yes.
unquote.
Yeah.
So, they don't really say
Correct.
much.
Well, but also on the contrary, your friends and family, they also don't know what's happening in your relationship. So who are they to judge also, right? So there's two sides of it.
Oh, like, for example, ang daming red flags, pero funny pala siya.
Red
Diba?
flag. Red flag pa din yung tao. Kahit funny siya, don't still go for it, guys.
Yeah, but again, it's super interesting. I think it's case-to-case basis.
Yeah.
And guys, joke lang yun, ha? Alright?
Para
don't follow that advice, okay?
Para mo namang sinabi, Pao, na, you know what? Like, he can do all this like crazy stuff, pero
But
kung
if he's
funny siya,
funny.
okay na yan.
Oh,
If he
yeah,
makes you
no?
laugh,
At least
it's fine.
entertaining, diba?
Entertaining, but
Ano ba yung tipong i-entertain ka, tapos bubugbugin ka, tapos i-entertain ka ulit.
Hahahu, hahahu. Oo.
Biro lang yun. Pero yeah, I understand what you get. May mga ano naman wala naman kasing perfect. Everybody has a red flag.
Yeah.
But then the question is, do you have more red flags than green flags most of your time with them? So my loves, don't just watch the wedding. Next time, watch the dynamics. Di ba? You can tell pala by by just the wedding itself. Weddings are a performance, but relationships are a pattern. What you see on day 1 will echo through year 1, year 5, and year 15. And if multiple people in your circle have concerns, don't miss it as a chismis or negativity. Kabahan ka na ng konti. Because sometimes the clearest truth comes from those who love you without being in love with your partner. And remember, loves, a perfect dress can't cover emotional red flags. A well-lit venue can't mask disconnection. And a viral entrance doesn't guarantee a safe exit. Marriage isn't about one magical day. It's about how you show up every day. So trust the vibe, trust your gut, and yes, sometimes, trust your brutally honest tita. That's it for today, loves. This is Coach V giving you real talk about real love. DM me your love dilemmas at Dating Coach V, and let's not just talk about love. Let's solve it. See you again tomorrow here on It's a Beautiful Day. Love you.
Thank you so much, Coach.